In the previous video, I showed how I ended up cracking the neck heel when I was trying to remove the neck. It ended up that I needed to use a fretting hammer to actually bang the broken piece of the neck heel out. And so I'm not sure I could have removed the neck, in one piece. I glued it on, but overall, this neck has a lot of work on it. So before I get into actually doing all that, I'm going to try and repair the headstock. If I can't repair the headstock, then it might be the case that I'll build a whole new neck. But I want to at least try it out. And so the first thing I'm going to do is remove the plastic facing from the headstock. This headstock has a pretty severe radius in it. They use multiple pieces on the neck, and the glue has started to give up. And so the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to remove the plastic piece first, which will hopefully give me access to the glue joints on the other side, while also being able to be covered back up by this. And so what I'm going to do is actually just take a card scraper and probably a heat gun and try and peel this off in one piece without destroying it. What I'm doing is just jamming this card scraper into a little bit of the seams that are starting to pull up. And it is working. I mean, I obviously want to go really slowly. If I crack a 70-year-old piece of plastic, it's not going back together. And so I've been heating it up just lightly with a heat gun and then trying to push it in there. And yeah, I'll keep going with it, and hopefully it all comes off in one piece. I just went around and scored the edge here to get the lacquer broken off of the plastic. It's amazing how old lacquer can almost work like glue. As soon as I started cutting on this seam, the plastic really just started to pop up a little bit. And so I'm just going to gradually work this out until hopefully I get the entire headstock off. I'm about a half an hour in, and I am starting to make some progress here. The plastic is pulling up, but in the spirit of learning, what I didn't realize here is this white plastic on the outside is actually binding, and then this inlay here is kind of plastic as well. And so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to save that plastic on the inside. It's already starting to crack out, and so what I'm going to do is again just try and get this black piece off. I think what I could possibly do, even if the Gretsch and the Synchromatic plastic doesn't come through, as long as I don't break the black here, if I can put this back on, I can use some sort of CA glue or epoxy or something to fill in this outline. And it won't look like it did when it came off the factory, but it will still look correct. Of course, the other thing is I have a CNC machine, and so I could probably actually program this in and cut another piece of black plastic. So I think there's a couple ways we can approach this. Now it's really starting to give up. Starting to get a little bit of leverage here. So there you go. I got the headstock bit off in approximately one piece. You can see all the Gretsch bits didn't make it out. There's still, some of them are still attached to the headstock here. A little bit of the wood came off of the headstock. I'm not too worried about that. And so overall, I would consider this one a success. The question I think I have now is how can I flatten this out? Maybe I'll put this, under some books or something and kind of put it down. I'm going to see if I can get the other parts of the inlay off. But what's interesting actually about this is the piece that I busted off was actually part of what looks to be a wooden veneer, and then they glued the wooden veneer to wood. And so, this is what you find out when you start digging into things. Hopefully what I can do is pop off this veneer, fix the headstock, and then we'll see how it goes, whether I put the plastic back on, whether I just buy a piece of ebony and go over the top here. This isn't a collectible guitar, and so I can have a little bit of free reign here to do what I want with it. So yeah, I'm going to clean the rest of this up. I'm not going to do it on camera. And so next time I will split these joints apart and start to flatten out the headstock. Thanks for watching.